working on a certain combo, so he's gonna throw a cross to help every now and then. Keep your feet moving, man. So remember, Francisco, double up on your jab. Do your jab. Take more than one. Let me know what you do, Fabio? Okay. Let's go. Uno, dos, tres. Vámonos.
Alright, so you guys are going to keep working on the back. If you're not holding or hitting the back inside.
Okay, Chesco, jump out.
I drink too much water.
Yeah. You okay? Same thing.
Greetings, guys. It's Coach Deron, and I really feel the need to address this topic that I feel is not being emphasized enough nowadays. And that's why you should never do hard sparring without a coach, and especially a considerate, caring coach. Number one is for safety reasons. If you are doing hard sparring and you're coming out of the ring with injuries, or your opponent or your sparring partner is coming out with injuries, that's a problem. That's not what sparring is all about. Sparring is about learning. In fact, the famous genius trainer, legendary trainer, Custia Amato, you may have heard that name. He was Mike Tyson's initial coach. He said he did not believe in gym wars. He said, save the actual war for the competition. All right? And like I tell everybody, everyone knows, my people know, I'm on top of things. I'm always researching. And according to the experts, okay, who study concussions and stuff like that, they say there should be a minimum of 48 hours between hard sparring sessions. And this is, again, to allow your body to recover, to allow your brain to recover. If you're taking hard shots one day, you should definitely not be taking shots the next day, okay? Because the cumulative blows over and over and over could lead to temporary damage and even permanent damage, and that's no good. And a lot of people, for some reason, don't like to address that, but that's extremely important. For me, my members, my fighters, my people, their well-being, health, and safety is number one. And I don't believe that you have to compromise your health and your safety to become a champion. You can actually do things correctly without getting hurt and still perform at your very best. And how many times should you spar per week? That all depends. How close is your fight? Who are you sparring with? And a lot of other factors. So I'll explain more about that another time. Number two, why you should not be sparring or doing hard sparring without a coach is learning and growing. I promise you this, if you're just going there and sparring with whoever, whenever, without the intention of learning and someone who's going to teach you, you're not getting much benefit. I've had guys from other gyms come and join my gym, and these guys had amazing raw talent and natural ability, but very low boxing IQ. And that was because in their previous gyms, they were not being supervised in their sparring. They literally just beat the hell out of each other, and that was it. But when they came here, I supervised them, I would instruct them, and help them build their boxing IQ. Because I don't care how good talent you are or how hard you're working, boxing is a science. It's called a sweet science for a reason. And lastly is feedback. So there's two types of feedback. There's during sparring. For example, like I said before, the job of a coach is also to remind you of things that you're gonna forget or things that you forgot, or to clarify certain things. So for example, guys are sparring, and whether they're beginners or even experienced guys, sometimes they forget things. I have to remind them, hey, use your jab, or relax, or breathe, move, these sort of things. And the more we do this over and over and over, it starts to become conditioned in their mind. They start to remember. So even at the highest level, you have pro fighters in the ring and their coaches yelling instructions. You see, so this is extremely important, this feedback loop. And then there's this feedback after sparring. So normally my guys, after sparring, they would come and ask me, they'd say, hey coach, what do I need to improve on? And I would tell them, I would recommend certain things and suggest certain things, you know? So imagine all of this, you are missing out if you don't have a coach. You're missing all of this. And like I said before, I said on my website, I said in my ebook, there are fighters who spend years training like this. So imagine that, you're spending years training without all the benefits of having a caring and considerate coach to guide you, and they develop all kinds of bad habits and pick up unnecessary injuries along the way.